Now on Live at 3, a second arrest made in connection to a southeast Fresno crash that injured 11 students waiting at a bus stop. Why investigators say the teen driver's mother was an accessory.
Plus, a new scam to be aware of in Fresno County, the warning from the Department of Public Health as criminals prey on those impacted by the pandemic.
And David Carr is back in the Valley. Stephen Hicks caught up with the former #1 overall pick and Fresno State legend. What he has to say about being back around the Dogs.
ABC30 Action News Live at 3 starts now.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us for Action News Live at 3. I'm Vanessa Vasconcelos.
And I'm Stephen Hicks. Vanessa, we were talking about fair season yesterday. Football season kicks off today. Just an awesome time of year.
It's the perfect Friday Eve to kick off this 3 p.m. newscast. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Kevin Musso, who has a look at our weekend game day forecast, too.
Yeah. Same theme, guys. We're going to be warming it up into tomorrow. It's high pressure that's controlling things along the West Coast. And there's a new twist to Saturday. We could see a stray shower coming through. I'll show you that coming up on Futurecast. Right now, valley-wide 90s across Central California. And the breakdown is going to be like this. As we head into tomorrow, we're going to be at 67 at sunrise. That takes us to a 96 in the afternoon. More on that chance of a stray shower for the valley on Saturday coming up.
Kevin, thank you. We're learning more about a 16-year-old accused of crashing a truck into a southeast Fresno bus stop yesterday, injuring 11 students. It happened near Roosevelt High School. Police say they arrested the teen for felony hit and run and DUI charges because he had marijuana in his system. His mother, 36-year-old Yesenia Renteria, was also arrested, but has since bonded out of jail. Investigators say after the crash, she picked up her 16-year-old son, making her an accessory.
A mother and 2 of her children are recovering after being hit by a car while crossing the street this morning in central Fresno. It happened just before 7:30 near First Street and Princeton Avenue on a crosswalk near Burney Elementary School. Investigators say a 7-year-old woman driving a red Volkswagen Beetle was turning when she hit the mother and an 11-year-old girl and grazed another 4-year-old. All 3 went to the hospital. Coming up live at 5, reporter Eliza Navarro will have more from a woman who saw the whole thing happen and stepped in to help.
The Fresno County Department of Public Health is warning people of a phone scam spoofing the department's number. People have reported receiving calls from health officials regarding COVID-19 status or exposure and attempts to extort money and gift cards. The health department wants to remind people they no longer make calls to those who test positive or are exposed. Instead, they are asking residents to follow isolation and quarantine guidelines.
First at 3, actor Danny Masterson was sentenced this afternoon to 30 years to life in prison. He's known for his role as Stephen Hyde in That 70s Show. Masterson was convicted of raping 2 women in his home between 2001 and 2003, which was during the height of the show's popularity. He was accused of 3 counts of rape, but the jury was deadlocked on the 3rd charge.
A federal judge is ordering Texas to move the buoys placed along the Rio Grande River. ABC's Melissa Adan joins us live with the details on this growing fight at the border. Melissa?
Vanessa, it seems to be intensifying there. So the border barriers in the Rio Grande continue to cause legal problems for Governor Abbott. This as the DOJ lawsuit against these buoys is still ongoing.
These large orange buoys floating along the Rio Grande River in between Mexico and the U.S., creating an international controversy. A federal judge ordering Texas to move the barriers they installed to the riverbank on the Texas side of the Rio Grande, also ordering the state not to put up anything else until the Justice Department lawsuit concludes. Mexico's president has complained to the Biden administration, calling the barriers a violation of his country's sovereignty and of the human rights of the migrants. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he plans to appeal, in a statement saying the court decision merely prolongs President Biden's willful refusal to acknowledge that Texas is rightfully stepping up to do the job that he should have been doing all along. In August, ABC visited the Rio Grande River, where the floating barriers are in place for about a quarter of a mile. Local and state officials calling these buoys a death trap.
Let's be real clear. 1,000 feet of buoys, well, it may not seem like a lot to those of you out there in the public listening. But effect is it pushes people into the deep water.
2 people have died. 1 person found dead stuck in the lines of the orange buoys. A second person discovered by Mexican authorities in the area of the buoys.
Now, Governor Abbott is calling the ruling incorrect, insisting they're going to take this all the way to the Supreme Court if necessary. The judge gave the state until next week to work with the Army Corps of Engineers to move those buoys. So we'll definitely be following up on that. Reporting from Los Angeles, I'm Melissa Don, ABC30 Action News.
We're a little more than 2 hours from a new NFL season. The Detroit Lions set to face the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, and that means it's time to launch a new season of QB&A this year with a new guest in David Carr. The Fresno State legend and former #1 overall pick spoke with us today about his move back to the Valley.
It's been great so far. I mean, I think that, you know, it's interesting. You end up going back to college, so your kids get older. I have now 3 boys and 2 nieces now that are going to be at Fresno State in the Fresno area. And so for me, it's a really cool moment to be able to be back around the game, be back around the team. And it's the same coaching staff, too. That's what's so funny is, like, I talked to Bax, I talked to Teddy, and I see Jethro on the side. Like, I just see all the same guys, except Pat's still around. He's not in the same role, which is probably better for everyone. He's just kind of a little bit more low-key. But it's been really cool to be back in the Valley, and there's some great people there, and we've always loved our time here. So excited to be back and excited for the football season.
And we're going to run a snippet of our chat with David every Thursday here, first on Live at 3, before a longer segment coming up Thursdays at 6:30. Very
looking forward to it.
Yeah, he's got a brother playing in the NFL. Of course, his son Tyler's playing on the team. And
I was going to say, it's so nice to see that he's got a kid on the field.
Incredible. And he'll be actually at the game this Saturday.
Oh, excited. Well, he'll probably be at more, right, if his kid's playing?
You'd think he would be, yeah. But we've confirmed this Saturday for sure.
Love it.
We're less than 2 weeks away from the St. Agnes Men's Club's biggest fundraiser of the year, that being Casino Night.
We sit down with organizers to talk about the elegant evening under the stars and the program's ticket sales benefit.
Action News Live at 3 with Vanessa Vasconcelos and Stephen Hicks. Taking action together. This is ABC30 Action News.
Well, get ready for a night of dancing under the stars and a night full of philanthropy. We are being joined right now by the St. Agnes Men's Club, who are going to be hosting one of their biggest events of the year coming up September 16th. We'll get to that in a moment, but first I want to introduce you to Justin Vecchiarelli and Dave Scalzo, both members of the St. Agnes Men's Club. So, gentlemen, tell me a little bit about the Men's Club and just all of the amazing work that you guys do.
Yeah, so the St. Agnes Men's Club is a group of philanthropic men whose fundraising efforts have benefited St. Agnes Patient Care and Services going back to 1983. Since then, we've raised just under $4 million for the various St. Agnes Patient Care and Services. And so every dollar that we raise goes to those services. Some of those include cardiac services, cancer services, women and infant services. One of my favorites, Heavenly Hounds, and those are just to name a few. We do that. We raise the money by hosting various events here in the Valley, one of which is coming up, Casino Night, September 16th. Justin Veccarelli, one of our members, him and his wife Sally with Proper Defense have been generous enough to be our title sponsor for the event. So thank you. Do you want to say anything about the Casino Night itself?
Thank you. Casino Night is, in my opinion, one of the best fundraiser events Fresno has all year long. They've been doing it for many, many, many years. And you show up and you get greeted with a glass of champagne. Everybody's dressed to the nines. You know, we do say that it's black tie optional, but it's kind of black tie mandatory at this point. There's a wonderful silent auction and then entertainment and live auction followed by dinner. And then after that, you can dance the night away until you're ready to go home.
We're showing video of it right now. You see from last year's Casino Night. And what is that like? You know, you put on this event, you see all of these members of the community coming out together to support your cause. What is that to you?
I'll let Dave take that one.
Well, I mean, it's really fun. I love seeing all these people come together in a philanthropic way to support a really good cause. At some point, everybody's going to need health care, and this is a great way to support St. Agnes Medical Center because you never know. You might be the one that needs that support one day.
Now, I know you're talking about fundraising efforts, but the Men's Club also volunteers. You guys do a lot of volunteer work. What do you want to say about that?
Yeah. Well, before I get into that, besides that, we also host a golf tournament every year. The volunteer work we do outside of those two events, we donate our time to St. Agnes sponsored programs like the Holy Cross Health and Wellness Center. They have a mobile health clinic program and a colleague care program, which during COVID, I feel like we stepped up in a good way to support the colleagues of St. Agnes, the nurses, the doctors, by providing these carts with various food and beverages on them. So that's just some of the other programs that we donate our time to.
Amazing. Now, Casino Night, it's coming up September 16th. How can people get tickets? I know there are still a couple tables left.
There are some tables left. You can get tickets by going to samc.com/casino, but I would get them as soon as you can because the event always does sell out.
It does. It does. Now, I know Coach Pat Hill, Fresno State Coach Pat Hill, usually MCs it. Who's your MC this year?
I heard it's you.
Yes, I am very excited to MC for a second year. Yes, if you guys were watching that video, I was there on stage with all of you guys. You guys throw such an amazing event, and that's why I was thrilled to be asked to come back, and I cannot wait to see the community come out.
Yeah, it's the best event in town.
Casino Night next Saturday, September 16th at the Stockbridge Estates. You can bet on a good time. Reserve your table now at samc.com. We also have a link on our website. And, you know, last year, Coach Hill, he set me up with this awesome video intro. I don't know. Maybe
is he going to do it again?
Thing. I don't know. I don't know.
I just love that you're on a first-name basis with Pat Hill.
You know, me and Coach, you know.
You and Pat, yeah. Looking forward to it. Well, it's Creole cuisine sprinkled with some Disney magic.
The movie-themed dining experience making its debut in Anaheim, and the delectable dishes the restaurant is serving up.
And for the weekend, could there be a stray shower on Saturday? We'll take a look at that coming up. No problem.
Welcome back. We too live at 3. It's Friday Eve, so obviously my mind is on the weekend right now. We got a decent forecast, but you said there's a little shakeup going on?
Funny you mentioned that, because there is a little tiny bit of a twist. You'll find it interesting for sure. As we head over to see what's happening this weekend, notice I've now mentioned temperatures down from yesterday's 97 for the game and the high on Saturday, 93. Some clouds coming in from the southwest. These are actually breakaway clouds from a tropical system. It's actually a big hurricane. That's way south of us, and there is a slight chance that we could see a shower coming in. Now, that hurricane is way down there, so we're a few days away from it. But we have high pressure in the meantime and warming as we get through the next couple of days. But this is the hurricane we're talking about. And if you watch right in here, you'll see a little break-off branch of moisture that just kind of shows up. There it is. It is way off in the distance. It's just kind of moisture that's being entrained into California for Friday night and Saturday. You're looking at Saturday afternoon right here. This is a very long-range, large-scale model, so it's really not good at nailing things at the local level. However, I just want to mention it to you because there is a slight chance of a shower here in the valley. Now, as we go over to this projection, I'll tell you right up front that this is probably exaggerated. And as we get a little bit closer to Saturday, a lot of what you see here will dry out. But you can't maybe get rid of the chance of a trace here or there, or a 1/100th of an inch somewhere here in the valley, maybe even a thunderstorm. Today, temperatures are trending ever so slightly upward. We have low 90s across the valley right now, a 92 in Fresno with a southwesterly wind at 6 miles per hour, and air quality is hanging in there pretty well too. Good to moderate air quality. The forecast for tomorrow puts Fresno in the unhealthy for sensitive category. So as we go into the weekend, you'll notice that we have a little bit of a change in our extended forecast. See how the clouds are showing up right there on Saturday? That's that opportunity from that southwesterly flow coming in.
All right, Kevin, thank you. If you're looking for a new furry friend with a big personality, we have someone to introduce you to.
Details on Natsu, the outgoing and treat-loving dog looking for his forever home. Welcome back. It's now time for one of our favorite segments. As you can see, Paws on 30.
We introduce you to adoptable local dogs in our area. And joining us today, Natsu, and of course, parts of the wonderful team here at the Central California SPCA. Thank you both for joining us today. So first, why don't you introduce yourselves?
Yes, so my name is Annette Ray. I am the Shelter Operations Manager.
All right, and?
My name is Monica Ortiz, and I am the Adoption Counselor.
Lovely. Okay, so tell us a little bit about Natsu.
So Natsu is an 11-month-old male, black and white American Pit Bull Terrier blend. He has been with us since July of 2023. He is very outgoing, treat motivated. He's learning some new tricks. He is great with people, and he is really good on car rides.
He's really good with treats. Look at this. He's just sitting there patiently. He's been in the studio this whole show, quietly sitting over there. Can you talk about like pit bulls in general? It seems like there's a stigma that people have to overcome, but I mean, seeing him, he's so well trained.
Yes, so of course when you get them as puppies, you want to make sure that you train them. And even adopting at shelters, we have a lot of good ones. We do have only owner surrender animals right now. But of course, you just want to make sure that they are really good around children, other dogs if you have other dogs, and around other people. So they can be really good family dogs too.
I'm seeing how well behaved he is. I know you mentioned treat motivated, but I mean, I was watching him not getting treats this entire half hour, and he was so well behaved, just hanging out, watching the news. Tell us a little bit about, you know, if folks adopt him or one of his friends, what they can expect.
So we do, the adoption comes with the spay and neuter, the microchip, first rabies shot as well, first set of vaccines. If they have been with us for a little while, we do give them boosters as well, a free health exam, and then also a flea and tick preventative when they go under the anesthesia for surgery.
All right, I'm noticing he's digging for treats right now. Folks at home, you don't know, on accident, I threw some that got buried in the bed, so.
Natsu's gonna find him. Look at that. Just very
He's on the hunt. I wish I would have put them on the front of the bed.
Look at his ears, though. I mean, what a beautiful, beautiful young dog. How old is he again?
He's 11 months.
Oh, my goodness.
11 months old. Oh, he's doing so well. Well, thank you both so much for joining us today. We appreciate it, folks. Again, you can go to our website, abc30.com, for any information on adopting Natsu or any of his furry friends. Again, just head to our website. We'll have that link to CCSPCA.
And he's camera ready. Look at that. He knows where the camera's
Look at that. Now he's following his reflection.
That's right. Well, I think he sees the treats maybe over there. We ran out over here.
There you go.
Thank you both so much for coming in, and we hope that you can find his forever home.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you.
You can now enjoy some Southern hospitality at the happiest place on earth.
And the new eatery, which officially opened today. The tasty offerings on the menu.
Now to our hometown hello on Live at 3. We are recognizing service members all over the world. This is Airman Blake Favors from Fresno. He works as an aviation structural mechanic for the U.S. Navy. Here he is putting away drill bits while building aircraft parts in an aviation maintenance shop aboard the USS Ronald Reagan in the Philippine Sea. From all of us here at Action News, thank you for your service. Well, if you're craving a taste of the Big Easy, you don't have to go far.
The happiest place on earth officially opened, Tiana's Palace. Today, the reimagined restaurant is in Disneyland's New Orleans Square. It's based off the Disney film The Princess and the Frog. At the restaurant, you'll be surrounded by fixtures and references to Princess Tiana's life. The new menu includes Southern meals, including gumbo, shrimp, and grits, and of course, beignets. Oh, I love beignets. Disneyland is also transforming Splash Mountain into Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is set to open late next year. Disney, of course, the parent company of ABC30.
Beignets. We used to have to go outside the park to get those.
Oh, really?
Yes, they had something.
The Mickey beignets are inside.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
The more you know. I'm thrilled to have multiple options now.
I always know where my beignets are.
I'll play along like I know what that is.
You've never had a beignet?
I haven't.
Oh my gosh.
True
It's like a
confession.
frosted,
We got to take him to Disney.
it's like a little frosted powdered white donut.
Okay.
But better than
Incredible.
donuts.
Incredible.
Better than donuts.
Yeah. We're working getting Kevin some beignets. That's our edition of Action News Live at 4. Be sure to stay connected with all the day's news and updates through our app and ABC30.com.
A live edition of World News Tonight is next, followed by Action News Live at 4. We'll leave you with this live look from our Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino Skycam.